Hello everybody, it's Mr. The Mass 13. I just want to point out, this is only just me gonna be on my desktop just doing random shit. But what I really wanted to do today is just give you a 5-minute preview of what I want to talk to you about the last episode of My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. Season 4, episode 25 and 26. This is just for the bronies. I don't know if anybody else wants to hear this. I don't even give a fuck if you don't want to hear this. So yeah, my opinion. The last two episodes weren't that bad also. It actually related into something more, something that Hasbro should have done with the other episodes. Like, for example, the past episodes, they weren't as good, but they were good, and I'll admit, I really loved it. I enjoyed it really much. I just wish they would have had a little bit more effort into making the show. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not going to complain because I've never actually done any of their cartoons, but I would wish they would put a little bit more effort, and I hope they do that when season 5 comes out in 2015. What I really want to say lastly for the show, 25 and 26 actually really inspired me though. It actually was a really good moment of seeing it. For instance, the new villain, I don't remember his name or pronounce it correctly. Something with a T, and he's like a centaur type creature, I guess. But let me ask you something, Hasbro. Do you realize that centaurs are supposed to be half human, half with a horse body, right? Why did you put an ape with a horse body? That makes no sense. I know you're trying to make it look like they're not going to actually put a human in the show. But couldn't you have at least made something that didn't look like a monkey on a horse with horse legs? Jesus Christ. And on top of that, they just put some random story that no brony or anybody who's ever watched the show ever even noticed by. I mean, where did this guy come from? Did they mention him somewhere in the episodes? And there's a little problem that I had here too. Apparently, the chest that they mentioned in the first episode of season 4, the chest apparently somehow... Wait, I just want to check something out. I just want to check something out. Yeah, just out of curiosity, when they mentioned the chest, did they actually, like, thought that at the last of the episode they wanted us to know? In each different episode, there were, like, parts, like, for example, if you would remember the last episode or ever watched it, you would remember in the past ones, they showed, like, the different lessons that each of the characters learned right after they received the objects. So any object they've learned about and received actually is a key to open the chest. Why were they not careful? Why were they not careful? And on top of that, they fucked them up by putting in the last episode to fight the villain, to fight the boss, as even more colorful than they already are. Do they want us to have, like, a seizure when we look at them? I'm glad that wasn't their whole look from now on. I'm glad that wasn't their look from now on. Like, oh my Jesus. But the only one that looked good entirely and normal was Twilight. Sure, she had long hair, but she was the one who looked the most normal one out of all of them. All she did had a striped little bang there. It doesn't matter. But I don't care. I like the show. Speaking of the past episodes, this is the last thing I'm going to say. The past episodes had somewhat to say, yeah. Like, for example, why did they name the title for when Flutterbat was first pronounced in the show? Why did they call it just Bats? And with an exclamation point. Why? They could have easily called it, per se, Night of the Flutterbats, or The Flutterbat Lives. No, not like that. The Apples Are Falling. No, just The Night of the Flutterbat. You could have just named it that, something related to a vampire movie. But did you really had to mention that title? Were you too... Seriously, were you just tired of putting different titles? I don't get it. And... So yeah, but not all of the... I've heard many of you bronies have complained about Season 4 a lot. But, come on, guys. It's just still the show that we know... Well, we all know and love. Like, don't complain about it. Just enjoy it. If you like the show, don't complain about one little simple thing. Just because it has one little simple thing, it doesn't matter. Now, I'm not being a nitpicker about just that. I'm just saying, like, they could have made a little bit more into that title. But what I'm saying is don't complain about every single little thing about it. What I'm also complaining was about the last episode. Why couldn't they have just done something like they did, per se? What if in each different episode they would have found one key? Why did they have to do that? Sure, it looked kind of promising to actually use those objects as keys, and then Twilight knowing that she found something that can actually help her unlock the chest. But why that? To make the rubber chicken turn into a key? They could have easily just put something like in that castle where Luna and Celestia was in, and put like one key there, then put another key outside of Ponyville. Something like that. Why did they have to do that sort of thing? But whatever. I'm glad they didn't mess it up entirely. So guys, that's it. That's my discussion and my comment. Also, by commenting, leave a comment, like, and subscribe to my videos, and I hope you guys like this one. Peace out!